Good morning. Good Monday morning. Good sunny Monday morning. I had the opportunity to go with a group of friends to see Amy Grant over the weekend. And I used to listen to her when I was like 15 years old, and she was super young, and she sang a beautiful song. I just loved it. I really wasn't 100% sure what it meant, but the song was El Shaddai. And interestingly enough, when my husband and I were married 30 years ago on the 20th or 21st of this month, I'm not exactly sure which one of those days it is. It's an issue with me. I'm really trying to get set free from it, but y'all, numbers just... And during our vows on our wedding day, my grade school teacher, how about that? My grade school music teacher, Mrs. Cox, sang El Shaddai. And here I am 30 years later. I loved it. It was beautiful and profound. And I go to the concert the other night, and the song just brings tears. I mean, I was shook. I was shook. I was wrecked. And next thing you know, I'm putting a little something together for my kids, and I'm reading Psalm 91. Thinking about a book I wrote, Whimsy Up and Under. And I'm reading Psalm 91. You know, what am I going to say about this psalm? Guys. So the psalm is about taking shelter in the Most High. And when you do that, you're in the shadow of the Almighty. It's good stuff, right? You know, you're being sheltered by God. You're being covered by God. Guys, this is Monday, and for this week, I want you to remember this because it is good stuff. Think about all the symbolism there, right? My grade school teacher from when I was a kid sings the song El Shaddai at my wedding. And 30 years later, I'm thinking about this song. I'm revisiting this song. And so I look into El Shaddai, and I want to read this to you because it's huge for you this week. It's huge for me this week. It's huge for us in life. It's huge for us through the years. Guess what El Shaddai means, you guys? It's God. It's a name for God, okay? It's a name for God. If you know this, bear with me. And it means God of the mountain, God the destroyer of enemies, God the self-sufficient one, God the nurturer of babies. Go ahead and wreck me right now. God, the mighty one, the Almighty. God who comes in fury against our enemies is the same God who nurtures babies. He is so big that we can't even begin to explain him. He's this powerful, almighty God who comes in mercy and compassion and nurtures babies. Through the years of your life, through the years of my life, he's the God who comes to meet our needs right when we need them. Right when we need them. In the exact way that we need him to be there for us. So you guys, today on Monday, I'm wrecked by this God who's the same God when I'm in grade school as he is the day that I'm getting married, as he is 30 years later, and yet through all those years, in all those times, he has been here in such vast ways. Are you in the valley today? He's the God that's there for you. Are you on the mountaintop today? He's the God that's there for you. Are you nurturing babies? He's the God that's there with you nurturing babies. Whatever your situation is, through every single minute of every single day of all the years of your life, God's there with you. And that's pretty huge. So today, walk in that no matter where you are, no matter what's going on, he's the God that's bigger than. Not the God that's big enough. He's the God that's bigger than your circumstances. He's the God that's bigger than whatever's going on today. He is the God who comes with fury against your enemy, and yet he's the God who is the nurturer of babies. It's right there in his name. El Shaddai. So you can rest in that today. You're under his shadow. You're safe and sound in the palm of his hand, because he loves you. God, the nurturer of babies, the Almighty One, loves you. And you have all week long to watch and see him do it. Have a great week.